What is up, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing a video by special request showing how I got my TrueNAS test infrastructure up and going on Proxmox. Now, I'm going to give you guys a disclaimer before I do this. You'll see here, this is the information for my TrueNAS machine that I actually do a lot of my testing on. Now, some people actually virtualize TrueNAS on Proxmox in production. I do not recommend that. The recommendation and the guidance and best practices of this channel are going to be to separate those into two separate machines. Now, I know that not everybody has two separate machines. If you want to do that, I'm going to point out a couple spots in this video where we're going to need to make some changes, but the most important thing is going to be at how the hard drives work. Here you can see I've got two virtualized hard disks, but this is not the way you want to run it in the event you actually have real hard drives attached to your Proxmox machine. The thing with TrueNAS is it needs to be able to talk to the hard drives directly through something like a host bus adapter. Jumping over to my blog, you'll see a host bus adapter or an HBA looks like this. This is an LS9211-8i. I got on eBay for about 50 bucks. You'll see the listing looks something like this. This is what you're going to be looking for if you're looking to purchase one. I recommend having something like this because the thing you cannot do is you cannot just add the hard drives here. For example, I can add like a hard disk here and I can say SCSI and I can just pick a hard disk that might be attached to my machine. I don't want to do that because TrueNAS needs to be able to see and talk to the hard drives directly. So if I don't pass the entire host bus adapter all the way into the virtual machine, TrueNAS is going to not be able to manage the hard drives properly. So in this case, you would go in here and you'd want to pass a PCI device. And in this case, if I had attached this, I'd be able to hit this drop down and find a PCI device like my LSI 11, but I would see my LSI card here and I'd have to pass the entire PCI device into TrueNAS, the virtual machine, in order to make this work. The first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to actually need to get a copy of TrueNAS. Click Get TrueNAS right here, and we're going to click Download the Community Edition, and then we're going to come over here and click Download, and then we're going to continue. No, thank you, I've already signed up. Now, if I hover my mouse over here, you'll notice in the bottom left corner it says https download.iso. So that's what I'm looking for. I want to right click that and I want to copy the link. And when I have that, I'm going to come over to Proxmox. I'm going to come to my local. I'm going to come to my ISO images right here and I'm going to click download from URL. Paste my URL right here and I'm going to hit query. So I'm going to go ahead and hit download here and it's going to download everything. And as soon as that's done downloading, we're going to come right back. We can see here now the download is complete. That's how I know it says test okay. So when I close this out, we can jump in and create a VM in the top right. I'm going to call this TrueNAS test. I'm going to go ahead and hit next. On my ISO image, I'm going to grab the one that I just got. I'm going to hit next. What I want to do here is not touch anything. I'm going to leave that all just like it is. I'm going to add one disk right now, and I'm going to show you guys how to add disks later if you want to start playing with pools. Right now, the disk is set at 32 gigabytes. This is going to be the boot disk. I don't need a 32 gig boot disk. In fact, I can get away with 16 or maybe even 8. I'm just going to leave it at 16 right here, and I'm going to hit next. I'm going to give it all of my CPUs, and I'm going to change this to host, and that's what I recommend you do. Just pass through your host CPU so it's not virtualizing some other CPU instruction set. In terms of memory, I'm going to give it 10,000. That's more than it's going to need. Next, it's a network. I'm going to give it a network device. I'm going to hit next. And here is the summary. I'm going to click start after created and hit finish. My virtual machine is now up and running. We can see here now this is the CPU usage, the memory usage, the network traffic. It is booting up right now off the ISO, 4 CPUs, roughly just 10 gigs of memory and 16 gigabyte boot disk. Let's jump right over to the console. And here we go. It is booted into TrueNAS. We're going to do the standard TrueNAS install. Again, this is just going to be a test machine. I'm going to hit spacebar here to select, hit OK. I'm going to proceed with the installation. I'm going to use TrueNAS admin. I'm going to set a password. I am not going to use EFI boot. I'm going to leave it stock, and it's going to go ahead and install. Okay, now it is installed successfully. You can see here, installation on SDA succeeded. Please reboot and remove the installation media. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and I'm going to go ahead and shut down the system, just like that. And now I'm going to come over here to my hardware, and I'm going to pull that ISO out. So in the CD/DVD drive, I don't need that anymore. Let's remove that. There we go. So now I can go ahead and start this machine and come back to the console. There we go. There's my TrueNAS. Hit OK. We can see here now that I have booted successfully. I have been given an IP address of 1099.0.220. So let's go ahead and jump over there. And now we see TrueNAS. So now I'm going to show you one of the cool ways that can get you going in terms of testing. Right now, this is up and running. It has no storage. It has no data sets. I can't install apps because there is no pool to do all this stuff on. So what we're going to do, I'm going to jump over to the storage tab, and I'm going to jump back to Proxmox, and I'm going to come in here to hardware, and I'm going to say add a hard disk, and I'm going to add this right here within my LVM storage, 32 gig disk. I'm just going to add it just like that. And now we have a second hard disk here, 116. This is the boot drive, and SCSI 1 is now 32 gigs. This is the secondary drive I just quote unquote plugged in to my test TrueNAS instance. So when I come back over here now, and I click storage, and I click create pool, I'm going to call my pool tank. I'm going to do a stripe, and there's my 32 gigabyte disk. So I can save and go to review and create my pool. And there we go. So now I've got a 32 gigabyte tank pool. So now I can do do things like get the apps instances started. I can do pull for instances and get that going. I now have the ability to start working with TrueNAS, and I can do this as many times as I want. If I want to start messing with a mirror, for example, I can go ahead and add another hard drive here. Same 32 gigs right where it lives. I'm going to click add, and I go back to TrueNAS, and I come back to my storage, and look, unused disk. I have another disk now, so I can add this to my pool and turn this into a mirror. But I hope you guys got something out of this. You want to start messing around and doing the things that I do, that you go ahead and load Proxmox up, and then you get TrueNAS deployed as a virtual machine on Proxmox and start playing around. I thank you guys for all the support you guys have. Please like and subscribe to this channel. If you have anything to add to this, maybe things I should have done, things I should have not done, go ahead and leave a comment below. If you want to have a very technical discussion, please jump on the Servers at Home Discord. In the event you want to thank me personally, please buy me a coffee.